You know the saying, you only get one chance at a first impression. Well, I reckon it applies to our home more than anything. Leaving the bins out the front for a few days, it's a bad look, but it's easily solved. But graffiti on a front fence, well, it drives me nuts. Hey, what are you doing? Kids. Ruined the fence. Well, I've got a solution for that you'll paint it once and never have to paint it again. And as for the front yard, I reckon we can really jazz that up as well. I do like what he wrote. Well, the boys are doing the hard work. There was a salvia here that had never been pruned, so if you cut it back so hard to make it look good, it'd take 12 months to look good, if you know what I mean. This massive agave, I'm going to make it the main feature. I can cut the trunk and plant it in the centre nice and low. And all these pups around the side, well, some of them are worth saving. As for the rest of the garden, the New Zealand Christmas bush is going to stay. It gives them a little bit of privacy to the neighbours. This one's got a fungal disease. 90% of the leaves are damaged. And the bad news is the next 10% is going to cop it as well. So she's going to meet a maker. When it comes to the jades, if the bush has got too big and you think you're going to throw the whole thing out, but you like the look of the foliage, what you can do is just snap that off like that, stick it into a glass of water, it'll start to grow some roots and you can plant it straight into the garden. So I might sacrifice one of the bushes, but not the foliage. I've got an idea for it. Well, we tried to scrub it off. That doesn't work unless you get it fresh. And who's up at 2 o'clock in the morning when they're doing the damage? So we're going over the top with a darker colour. But that'd be a pain if you had to paint it every time that someone did some damage. You wouldn't be able to match it. The new paint would look different to the old stuff. It's the next coat that does the magic. So while that's drying, let's get back to the front yard. Now, before I put the manure out and replenish the soil, I am going to plant the agave. Wait until you start to see new growth before you water it again. So here's the scenario. You go to the nursery, you spend your hard-earned, you buy some nice plants, and you come home and you cut out the most important part, improving the soil. This is the preparation. That's the difference between buying a plant that stays exactly the same or goes backwards over the first 12 months, while buying a plant that absolutely booms, fills the space, and makes your garden look better than everyone else. This is cow manure. It's not garden soil or potting mix, cow manure. Put it over the top, and that's like icing a bad cake. By mixing this in, it's like making a brand new cake. And this is the trick that's going to save you all that heartache if someone does damage your surface. It's called Dulux Precision Anti-Graffiti Coating. And what it is just a clear coat that can go over any colour or painted surface you like, and it protects it from the paint soaking in and hardening onto your existing paint. It provides a barrier between the paint and their spray can. And when it dries and sets hard, grab a high-pressure hose, one go, and she's off. The protective coating's still there, so it'll protect it time and time again. The garden's going to match the old style of the house. I'm going quite formal. Little Buxus japonica hedge right around all four sides. Inside of the Buxus, I'm just planting Lirio. So you're going to have different shades of green, from the agave to the lime green of the Buxus and the dark green of the Lirio. And then as far as adding colour, I'm going to put a couple of pots up here in the veranda, and all these daisies are going to dance. Look at the colour there. And if you don't like it, it's only a few bucks to replace it with something else. And the jade bushes that we pulled out of the garden, taking a simple cutting and just putting it into potting mix. I've mounded it up so when they're finished, it's a nice mound as well. And I'm just going to go around in circles. Best thing about this, it's cost me the price of the pot.
What's going on?
Well, we've gone from gangland to the best garden in the street. What I like about this most is it's simple, classic, and low maintenance.
What's going on?
A bit like me.